Hi, I'm Nica Waters, and this is my coaching story. I suppose it all starts, I don't know, back when I was 9 or 10 and weighed more than I weighed almost until I got pregnant. Maybe it starts when I was in ninth grade and joining the swim team and couldn't find a swimsuit that fit. Maybe it starts when I was pregnant with my first child and got bigger and bigger. Maybe it starts when I was running around with two babies after my second child was born. Maybe it starts on vacation in France when I look back at those pictures and I realize that I was really pretty heavy. And maybe it starts when we went sailing and came back and I pinched a nerve in my back and had physical therapy and got better and just had enough. I'd had enough. I was done. I was finished with being not happy with myself in a lot of ways, but it felt like physically, at least I could get a handle on it. And so I started doing a program called Power 90. And I remember I could do 10 seconds of video the first time I saw it. I could see that 10-second timer, and I was counting down 10, 9, 8 as it was going up to 10 seconds. And the first couple times I did it, that's all I could do of any exercise was 10 seconds. And maybe my story starts when I became a coach because I had 2 programs under my belt and was starting P90X, which I never, ever thought I could do. And people were starting to ask me what I was doing, and that felt pretty good. So I was taking care of myself, starting to take care of other people. I still had my family at home, my 2 amazing kids and my wonderful husband. And I started coaching. And as I coached people through tough times. And I kept doing my workouts and I kept drinking my amazing Shakeology. And I get emails from people that say, wow, you've made a big difference in my life. And I look at myself and I realize that I've made a big difference in my life. And in 2014, I got up the guts to share my story on an audition tape for a TEDx open mic event here in Charlottesville. And I don't think anybody was more surprised than I was when I was picked to speak on stage in front of 400 people. And if it weren't for Beachbody, I wouldn't have had the story, sure, but I wouldn't have had the courage and the confidence to get up on that stage and speak in front of 400 people. And after that event was over, my 13-year-old daughter looked at me and she said, Mom, do you think I could do that? And I said, of course you could. And when the audition call came out in 2015, I forwarded the email to her, heard nothing from her until the email came from the organizers inviting her to speak on stage. This was not a teenage event. This was a community event. And she was the youngest by far on that stage. And she rocked it. Could not have been more proud. She did so well, she was invited to speak on stage at the full TEDx event here in Charlottesville. Again, the youngest by a number of years. People whose names you would know were on that stage before she was. And she nailed it. As a parent, is there anything more amazing than seeing your child use their voice in the world? Pretty awesome. If it weren't for Beachbody, if it weren't for coaching, I wouldn't have done that. No way. But that's not even the amazing part of the story. That's not even the amazing part of the story. The amazing part of the story is that somebody heard that talk. And somebody heard the talk, and there's a line in there that says, that woman that you see with the tattoos that you think is going to steal something, well, what if those tattoos are just hiding her scars? And the person who heard this hates tattoos and thinks anybody who has tattoos is slimy and scary and there's something wrong with them. And she doesn't like her son's girlfriend because her son's girlfriend has tattoos, and that's caused some tension in the family. And a couple days after she heard the talk, her son and the girlfriend came over to her house. Somehow the son had to put on his bathing suit. He was coming over to use the hot tub. And he realized that his mother noticed his tattoos. And the mother looked at him and thought about the line from the talk that my 14-year-old daughter had shared. And instead of kicking him out of the hot tub, said, "Tell me about the tattoos." So yeah, Beachbody coaching is pretty amazing for what it's done for me. It allows me to help a lot of people. It allows me to help myself. But it allows me to inspire my daughter. It allows me to inspire my children to share their voices that change people's lives. That's amazing. And I want everybody to have that.